Today on EPL, we will discuss the KKK effect. That's Kim, Chloe, and Kylie, and the possible effect it has on racism and body images. Stay tuned.
If I was you, I'd wanna be me too. I'd wanna be me too. I'd wanna.
So you like my music choice today?
Yes, because it's not nasty.
Do you know the choice was either this or Public Enemy Fight the Power? I'm like,
That would have been very apropos.
it's too on the nose though.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this as a black person when I wake up. Like, if I was you, I want to be me too.
Yeah. Everybody trying to be us.
So, you know.
You know?
Not everybody.
Or really cool white people.
Well, that's the
cool
Like the
white
singer of the
people,
song, she good.
The intelligent white people.
Well, that's the problem. That's probably the root of the problem. But we'll get to that. All right, y'all. Welcome to Eat, Pray, and Live. We're so glad that you joined in. You're tuning in. And our new
Michelle! What's going on?
How funny is Michelle was always here to fill in.
Yeah.
As soon as we made her an official co-host, she ain't been here since.
Weird timing.
Maybe she don't want the
timing.
responsibility. Do you know what I
No.
mean? It's a Jedi mind trip. Well, maybe we're gonna fire her. We're gonna fire her and
get
then
her
have
back.
her fill in.
There you go.
That sounds good.
Demetrius Jones in the house.
What's cracking, world? What's cracking?
Too much.
And of course, never the least, but always the last, Courtney Stewart in the house.
What's up, y'all?
Oh my gosh, you guys, how's your weekend? Are you
Like,
week?
wait, I was gonna
It's
say,
the
I'm like,
week.
wait,
It's
that
the
was a
week.
long time ago. I don't remember.
Weekend, week.
I'm having a great week.
I have a fantastic week. First off, I want to send a shout out to Asha D of the Bold Type. People always tell me that I have a blonde 22-year-old lesbian living inside of me because I like so many girly things, and the Bold Type is like my favorite show
Are you
after
serious?
Game of Thrones. So I do not want this show to get canceled. Please check it out. It's about 3 young women working at Cosmopolitan.
Cosmo in New York.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
try-
great premise.
Yeah, and they don't like. It's not like The Devil Wears Prada, where the boss is like a bee or anything like that.
Yes.
Instead, she really wants to see them succeed.
Oh, wow.
So it's
What's
a
the
nice
name
show.
of it?
The Bold Type on Freeform.
Why don't I know about these shows?
Well,
Okay, let's get it. But
You gotta have it coming from all different angles.
Directions. Yeah.
Oh, and I found out I am. From the Congo, Nigeria,
did your
and I am
DNA.
2% European Jewish.
So you got yours back. I just sent mine in a couple days
Yeah.
ago.
And you know how I went to Ireland to take Tasha there because we thought she was Irish. I am 6% British. I am more British than she is Irish.
Look at
She's 5% Irish. I'm 2% Irish.
Was that the most surprising
Hell.
to you being British?
No, the most surprising was the Jewish thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you think about it, it's 2%, but you like, still,
That's a
if
lot.
somebody's not
Yeah.
there, I'm not here. If there's like this one Jewish person gone, I'm like, I gotta wrap my head around this. I'm like Drake now.
Wow.
I'm like Aubrey.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Except for I'm cooler.
Wow.
So,
You're pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Best lawyer in the galaxy.
in the galaxy.
All right
Apparently.
now.
Okay.
All right.
So-
Well, how was your week?
I mean, mine was great. I, went through some stuff because I obviously watched too much news. But then I started watching Tinkerbell. I read a book and I ate some cookies, and I'm good with life. So
Tinkerbell and some cookies.
Not even gonna lie.
Tinkerbell.
Sometimes you got to bring it back to your childhood.
Yeah.
You know?
I straight up watched Tinkerbell, Secret of the Wings. Like, I'm not
Secret of the
playing.
Wings.
I've never heard of this.
The
What is
Wings.
this?
It's one of the Tinkerbell came out with like 12 movies in like the last
Really?
10 years.
I love it.
So I watched me some Tinkerbell. I discovered salted caramel chocolate chip cookies, which were probably not.
Oh, that's
a
why
good
you asked me
plan.
if you could get diabetes from one meal.
Yeah, because I straight up ate cookies.
Are you
for,
buying
like,
them from
2
the
meals.
store? The
well,
ones
they
that
were the
you
one,
have to?
The
They're
one that
very
you
messy.
cook at the store. Yeah, yeah.
They're very messy, but amazing.
They're so good, and I ate all of them.
Oh,
and I
yeah,
really did
amazing.
have to Google like, can I die?
Are you doing this
from
alone?
eating- Like it was just
Is it just like you, the
Well,
cookies,
it was
and your
because
dog? What's going on?
well, that was because it was the night that it was the day. It was on, what was it, Tuesday, when Trump went crazy, and I like was listening to too much of it, and I was like, no, I need to refocus my brain. So I
You
went
let
to the
45
library.
make you start eating cookies?
No, I mean, but Sheree made me start eating cookies. Because I went to her pop-up last week and ate that cake, and that just sort of opened the gates of hell and sugar. So it
It's
just
crazy.
made it worse.
And I posted, people went crazy. I
so
posted that it was a strawberry champagne cake, and I just remixed it. You know, it's a box cake, but it was fabulous. So what I did is I actually put the recipe, because people are like, oh my God, when I posted
so
it, give
good.
us the recipe. I said, oh, it's really easy. You know, I just box and
But
just
see, I
added
like
some
your
love.
remixes. That's hot.
Yes.
I don't have time to be like cooking stuff
From
scratch and all that.
and especially when there are so many good products. Like what I rarely ever do is roasted chicken. You know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna make a chicken Caesar salad or something with chicken in it, I always buy a rotisserie chicken because
Yeah,
you can get
it's
so
just
many
easy.
great ones.
There's so many good ones.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a lot of
Costco
good
loses
prepared
they lose
stuff.
money on their chicken.
They have to.
I was
They're
gonna say,
so
'cause they're
cheap.
big.
But
and they're
the chicken
big.
brings you in. So
Yeah.
But you know what scares me? That's a big ass chicken.
Well, all the chicken scares. Yeah, all the chicken should scare
Like
us.
why is that chicken?
is it
so
like a
big?
big chicken like Church's chicken?
No.
It's pretty
It's
big.
pretty big. but-
Church's got some big ass mutant chickens. Some
Well,
big chickens
They're
at
getting them
Church's
from
chicken.
Costco.
Yeah. Should definitely be scared of chicken.
That's a
Yeah,
lot of chickens.
it's and I don't digest chicken properly, which is weird.
What?
No, I don't. It's like
That's normal, especially it's something about like when you're whatever your African American, like whatever your African line is, something about because we're like the only country that eats chicken the way that we do, and most other countries like they eat goat more than we eat.
I have no problems with
so-
chicken, and
Yeah.
I am, and wait, and I am 87% African.
Well, yo, 5% British rotated in your stomach enough to make it comfortable.
Yeah, it gives me a little, excuse me, gas.
Really?
That was real.
Chicken,
Yeah, that was
Really?
It gives me a little gas. Doesn't digest properly, and according to my blood type, B negative, I'm supposed to be eating mutton. Where you gonna get mutton?
Mutton.
Mutton.
I haven't heard about mutton
supposed to
since
eat
watching
mutton.
Seinfeld.
It just doesn't
Mutton.
even sound good.
Mutton.
Just
Mutton,
sounds
lamb,
gross.
yes. That's something that's good for me.
Yeah.
Like chicken, there are neutral foods, bad foods,
Yeah.
good foods. Chicken is bad, mutton is good. I think neutral is turkey.
I think
Yeah,
most black people
neutral
can
is turkey.
digest chicken just fine. We're gonna have to. If
don't
people,
know.
hey, I need some people to comment later on the show, YouTube, and on Instagram or
See,
what
it
have you.
could
I want to
be-
know this.
But you know what? People think they have gluten allergies. It really could be chicken.
Because we just eat so much chicken.
Man, right now, Tyson Chicken and Foster Farms, they're all like, hold up, black people don't stop eating
Don't
chicken.
stop. You
Don't
put us
listen
out
to
of
Courtney and
business.
Sheree.
I haven't stopped though. I haven't had chicken in a month and a half now.
Chicken is the only thing stopping me from being vegan. I can't
Yeah.
get past that Barnyard Pimp. That's like the one right
What's
there.
the barnyard pimp?
That's the chicken.
Oh, hello.
I went to school in Tennessee. You gotta understand. I picked up stuff. That's Memphis
see.
Barnyard Pimp. That's what they call it.
I love it. I love it. Well, let's get into our topic. Today's show is called "Keep Your Clothes On," and inspired by.
Keep your clothes on. Sheree came up with that shit.
I thought it was the KKK.
Well, I thought that might be a little too controversial. The KKK, the KKK effect, and that's not the guys with the hooded.
Not the hood.
We know what you're talking about. It's the KKK
talking about
KKK
Kim.
effect. It's like 6
Chloe,
Ks.
yes.
Yeah.
You know.
But
it's
the,
cool.
the top three right now is you got
Is
Kim.
it 6 or is it 5?
I don't
What
know.
you mean?
Kardashian,
It's 5
Jenner.
girls. Well,
It's
three,
5 girls?
3 Kardashians, 2 Jenners.
Okay,
that's
so it would be
it,
KK.
yes.
But they all
KK.
still
KKK.
Ks because they named Kylie and
No,
Kim.
no, I
The
get it. I'm just
KKK.
trying to see, All right.
So this first story, why don't you set this up with Irv
Oh,
Gotti?
man, I do not have this entire Instagram post committed to memory
Well,
on my
we have
notes.
it.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Well, hey,
We
Steve,
have-
pull
can
it
we
up.
Pull that up, Steve. Not that we'll be able to
Read it,
see it
'cause it
because
was,
it's
like,
so
small.
teensy tiny. But I can read some of the quotes too. when you
Okay,
get-
please do. But Irv Gotti, he's still current owner of Murder Inc. They had such acts as Ja Rule, Ashanti, and a few others. He now has a show on BET, and he obviously was
Sales.
watching the coverage of 45 and what's going on in Charlottesville and had this to say. Basically, he made a claim that some of this racism that we see now has to do with the fact that some of the most popular white women in the United States seem to date and give their vagina to
in the world.
yeah, in the world, give their vagina to black men.
Rappers, yeah, specifically,
rappers,
yeah.
specifically. And that younger white women are looking at their aspirational lifestyle, desiring those men too, and possibly that some of these men are upset at that fact. And
Well, his quote was arguably, wait. Oh, Bruce Jenner and Kris Jenner's daughter. He's talking about Kylie, arguably the hottest chick on the planet. I thought you had a reaction to that.
no, that's not, that part's not true. But go,
We don't have to react.
Yeah, we don't have to.
Yeah.
It's all subjective. But she is, and he put it in quotes, so maybe he doesn't mean from his point of view, but you know, it's from America's point of view. She's pretty hot.
Yeah.
The mogul began his lengthy post, talked about she dated Tyga, now Travis Scott, two rap niggas. I think when Trump says, let's make America great again, I think he's saying, let's get our women back. He said they are changing the minds of young white girls across America, or continued as he cited Chloe and Kim as culprits in addition to Kylie. So is their embracing of black culture, you think, driving this racially charged climate in America? Do you think there's some credence and truth to what he's saying?
you want to go first, Courtney?
We're talking about the KKK effect.
Okay. Because I debated a little bit on this. Because when I first read it, I'm like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever read. Every white girl I've ever known been on a black dick as soon as she could, anytime, and would be excited about it and pumped about it. But then I'm like, okay, well, I guess to the point that they're so famous and how they're so openly, and usually the black guy is the one that's like super famous, and then the white girls come along. So is there like a different, I don't know. Like, I think that of all the things that white people that are mad right now are looking at, I don't really think that's it, in my opinion. I think that they are partially responsible for some racial-ish because of what they do in terms of appropriating culture and that kind of thing. So in that regard, yes, but I don't really know if I subscribe to this idea that, like, because the white men are seeing their white women with these dudes, that they're suddenly like, yeah, I don't know.
What you think?
I don't feel like that's new.
I don't think he meant it in the way that I think that Courtney believes that he may have meant it. I think he meant it in what she describes later. It's one of the reasons, and he's describing a problem that has existed from before there were even slaves.
That's the Mandingo syndrome.
Yeah, it reminds me, like, we got to go all the way back, probably about 20 plus years, to Public Enemy's release of Fear of a Black Planet. And I think what a lot of times what we forget is that even though we are the minority in this country, black people, people of color, even individual races are not the minority. That white people are the minority as a race. And so that has always been a scary proposition for the people who actually give a damn and go towards white supremacy. So Irv Gotti is on point in thinking on a much higher level in this post. He was probably smoking or whatever.
Because he deleted the post.
Yeah, you got to take some of what he says out of it and think of it in a big way. Yes, Thomas Friedman has a book called Thanks for Being Late, where he talks about all the changes in America, automation, immigration, Obama being president, that bother a lot of white people, that 47% that voted for Trump. And I think that's what Irv is discussing and hitting on. And I'm like, yeah, they get tired of saying that. I didn't think that, what's her name, is Kendall Jenner.
Yeah, the model.
The thing that surprised me, is when I saw Kendall Jenner with A$AP Rocky.
With a black man,
That was different. Because previously, black men may go towards, Kim, and they may even go towards Kylie and Chloe.
Yeah.
But Kendall had really a choice. A choice across the board. And she's like, nope, I'm going to date that black dude. I was like, this is interesting.
Well, maybe she's influenced by the KKK.
And he's also, but he's in the modeling like world and had his line and stuff like that. So it was like, ooh, he also fits the KKK world, but also fits this other lane that I'm in, and that's why A$AP Rocky worked out because he started my love for his
And he said,
but
I want to say too, Irv Gotti wasn't bashing the Kardashians. As a matter of fact, he kind of gave them, props and basically said Kris is a genius. He's just trying to come up with some type of explanation as to, and I personally don't think. I don't think I think there's some truth to that.
yes.
To what he's saying, and like you said, it goes back, like the Mandingo thing. Now, but see the difference.
White men have always been afraid of black men fucking white women.
intimidated.
I mean, come on.
Absolutely.
That's like a thing, and that's really the only thing that he's
Absolutely.
talking about.
Well, before it used to be, it was taboo, and it was done, kind of in the dark.
Yeah.
And now what's been done in the dark has come to light,
Yeah.
and it's popular now. And when I say pop, these three girls, or the whole clan, they're very influential.
Mm-hmm.
In our culture, in our society, across the world. They have worldwide fame.
Mm-hmm.
So I would imagine that these young girls that maybe prior to wouldn't have done certain things are doing them now, especially dating a black. Are you really falling in love? Is it more like is it a fetish? You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I wouldn't. Now, for me, I wasn't really around like a lot of white girls until law school. And
Have you had your share of white women?
in law school, no. But I will say this: one time I went out to a party, and I was really surprised at how many white girls came on to me. Like one girl, very conservative chick. I was just like trying to find somebody to
was
get some
this? In
notes.
college?
Yeah, law school. It was in
Okay.
college. Yeah,
But
law
see, that's
school.
why I'm like,
and
it's
she
not
said,
new.
"I've been a fan of yours for a while." And I was like, "Fan? What the fuck is you?" I was like, "Oh, this is what we talking about now."
So a fan? So she's talking about. What do you mean a fan? A fan of you being a bald-headed black man?
Just him as a person.
Just me
just
as a-
you.
She wanted to give it to me.
She wanted
She
to
re-
give it up.
What was going through your head? Was that like a
You was excited? Were you like, nah?
men usually.
I had a girlfriend at the time.
It's a
I
conquest.
understood that night because she tried. This other girl told me she was happy my girlfriend was not with me. I understood why she would trip as much as she used to trip sometimes about women being around me.
Oh, your
for so long.
girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I didn't get it, but as soon as she was not there, it was like a like a swarm.
Okay, so
Swarm.
do you? What goes through your mind though? What like the mind of young professional men, is that something, having a white girl, is that like something that is a form of accomplishment? Is it a notch in your belt?
Oh, that would honestly depend on the guy. For some guys, what goes through your head is the same thing that goes through your head when any women offer you vagina. Like, oh, how can I take this? There you go, take it. But so my battle more so was, I don't want to hurt my girlfriend. I don't want no problems or whatever. I just want to get these notes and get out of here. That's where I came for, is to meet somebody to get some damn notes for a class. Because I didn't really hang out in law school. I kicked it so hard at TSU, I calculated, I think I went to about 1,500 to 2,000 parties while I was at school, or something like that.
Wow.
It could be less, but it was a lot.
You were a
100.
professional partier. How can you do that?
In 4 years, that's a lot.
I calculated, and if I'm all
Not even
5
1,500 days.
that's what
in
I'm
4
saying.
years.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I was in school for 5 years. I went to a party every week, for at least three parties every week.
Damn.
You sure you're the best lawyer in the galaxy?
Yes.
Well, he said he got it straight in law school. It was undergrad. when
Yeah,
he
I
was
stopped once I
acting
got to
up.
law school. So it might be
So
less
that's
than
why he couldn't
1,500.
take
Forget my
advantage
math. Yeah.
of the white, powerful puss.
I did later, but not.
Not in law school.
Not in law school.
He got the law education first.
Did y'all see the last episode of Insecure?
I did.
Yes.
It was great.
Great show on HBO with Issa Rae. And this is a picture. Lawrence is he's in the supermarket, and I guess he forgets he forgot his credit
got
card.
his card in the
'Cause it fell out.
He fell out.
When the police pulled him over. and
Yeah, so
kinda
he couldn't
gave
find
him
his
a pat.
card.
Yes, couldn't find his card. So the two
Young
white
lady.
women behind him picked up his tab, and then
Walked out and invited
Ambushed
themselves
him.
to hang out, have some drinks, and play with a penis. And they went back and they had some drinks and played with his penis.
And then what?
And then he couldn't handle 2 chicks in one night.
And they kind of shamed him.
They did shame him quite a bit. Like, dude, the last
should
time
have.
we
He was
did
a
this,
rookie.
it was fine.
And compared him to, I don't know,
Some
who
other
it was.
dude
yeah,
that it
it's like,
was, yeah.
This wouldn't happen with Dante.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. They were real upset. Real
He was wrong.
He was wrong.
He was wrong. He
You
didn't
can't
come to
hang,
play.
if you can't hang,
You
you
said
can't
he was
do it.
wrong?
He was
He
wrong.
knew what he was in. He knew what he was going to. They were very obviously like about that life. And then
You
he
gotta
got
be-
back.
you gotta be
So
ready.
you got to do both?
You have to be
Yes.
able. Look, let me explain.
I ain't never had no
Let me explain
threesome.
something to y'all about threesomes.
Demetrius.
And Courtney, you chime in as necessary.
I'm learning. What are you
So
talking
yeah,
about?
so in a threesome, like, are you obligated
Hell yeah.
to please?
Think about if you was the girl that didn't get none, and you had just done all this other stuff. You might even,
Well,
you know,
I'm saying like you are obligated to make each person
Satisfied.
climax.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. It's not. This is the thing. It seems glamorous, but it's a lot of work. It is
Don't
a-
seem glamorous to me.
Well,
work,
for
work.
guys, it seems glamorous, but it's a lot of work. You got to rest. You got to take breaks. You got to drink a lot of water because you get dehydrated.
Damn, like you train for it?
You got man.
Do you like train for it? Do you say, okay, in 2 weeks, I'm gonna go make this shit happen?
No, you don't have to train for it. But one, you can't, like what Lauren said, you cannot come too fast. You really. And my thing is, you have to ignore what she is saying. Let her come. Because you know you got to do this girl
Oh my
behind you.
God, that's
Then you
crazy.
you better hope that they're into each other too. Because so then you can take a break, let them have a little time or whatever, go check your voicemail, see what's going on.
Damn, got
Come
the
back.
voicemail.
All that type of stuff.
What?
Not well, text. You can't be
Yeah.
listening to voicemail.
Have
throw
you
off.
ever felt, kind of, can you relate to Lawrence?
No, because I prepare myself beforehand. See, Lawrence is going out that night. So Lawrence probably masturbated earlier in the day. So when he go out, he don't say nothing too stupid to women because he's like really needs
took the
sex.
edge
Yes.
So he's already come once. So now he don't came again. That's 2.
And
now
he didn't understand the rules either because she asked him. She was like, "Well, why the hell did you come?" And he was like, "Cause we was
Like,
fucking."
yeah,
And then,
like, isn't that the end goal?
That's
Like-
what we supposed to be doing.
Nah,
he didn't know
man.
what to do. He was confused
He felt
because he's a
shame.
good guy.
and he took too long to get like right back into the other girl.
But even if
So-
it were, okay, say it was 2 black women and that happened, you're saying it would be the same
It'd be the same
situation.
thing.
What
Same thing.
happened with this is he just kind of felt, I'm sure he felt the sense of being used, and being this, basically this fetish that,
You're an object.
an object.
But Lawrence is a very naive individual.
He is. He's
If-
been in a long
Right.
relationship.
Well, yeah, but if he thought, I have been in, long relationships, but
Everybody
if he
got host
thought
swag.
that these girls don't do this
Regularly.
often, he's very naive. If ever I have like a threesome with somebody, I'm thinking like, this ain't your first time at this rodeo. Like, okay, and unless I can really tell, oh, this is really her first time, like for real. But no.
Do you think this type of thing, like him just really being ambushed and these, white women really just basically pushing up on him and making it happen, is that the KKK effect?
No.
You don't think that?
No,
You don't
because I
think-
definitely, the KKK effect happened after I left college, and that definitely was not.
was
It's always
going
the
down.
same thing. I've actually looked this up because I did some research today to see if the Mandingo thing is true. And so there have been
Oh,
some,
in terms of size?
yeah, there have been some
Wait, in terms of size, because
Size, yeah.
Mandingo is supposed to be a very, very well endowed
Endowed
Yeah.
black
black
man.
man.
But what does well endowed mean?
Well, according to an unscientific poll in which this guy did measurements using websites for different countries, the average for the largest men is 7.1 inches. That's in the Congo. And Ecuador 7, Ghana 7. And what I saw was a trend where it seems as if black men and Hispanic men are the larger men.
Hispanic man?
Yeah, from Ecuador and
Well,
Colombia.
that's still colonialism. but whatever.
And that the middle came in with Italians amongst the Europeans having the largest penises at 6.2. And then Asians falling in at the bottom with a range between 3.8 and 4.3.
And that's flaccid.
Yeah.
No, that was hard.
That was hard?
I was gonna say that would have to, but
And
these
a
numbers
micro
seem
penis,
low.
a micro penis, something that is abnormal, is like 2.2, I think, to 3.5 inches. So anything above 3.5.
Courtney knows a micro penis.
No, I don't.
Now-
I'm like, wait, 3.5 is like
Yes.
that.
And then now check this out.
That's
The
not
average.
even my whole pinky.
No.
That's like that.
Yeah, that's why they call it a micro.
Well, that's not 3 inches, Courtney. That's
Yes,
an inch, girl.
An inch is only like that much.
No, an
no,
inch is
this.
An inch is not that long.
Yes, it is.
I need a ruler.
It
I need a ruler.
is.
Where's my
It
ruler on my
is.
phone?
Well,
So,
think about your
if I can
paper.
finish the last
It's
part.
8 by 11.
Right.
So this is 8 inches.
Yeah.
So this is
That's
4 inches.
4. Half of that is 2.
So the average penis is about
No, the average penis was 5.2 inches.
short than that.
And
This is the average penis, y'all.
Hard? And
Yeah.
you're saying it's hard.
hard. And if you were, for instance, if you had a
I'm trying to
penis,
imagine.
for guys who want to,
Like, let me see your paper for a second. Hold on.
for guys who would like to know where they stack up,
I don't know
if
if I
you,
want that paper back, Courtney.
if you,
No, I need to fold it.
if
so I
you measure your
understand.
penis and you're 6.3 inches, you're in the 95th percentile. That means out of 100 guys, only 5 guys will have a penis larger than yours.
Well, those numbers are.
This is the average penis size.
Is that 5 inches?
Yes, that's from her line.
Dang. You know what? I really
Yeah,
thought.
that's the average penis size.
I would think that would
That's
be
not even
small
bigger than a
for a
tampon.
penis. So
Me too.
a
That's the
lot of
average.
these men are gonna feel really liberated.
Man,
And
They should not.
That's why I'm not dating.
why? If that's average.
Because
what
that
we gonna
means you're
run
not in the
into?
top 0.5,
But I don't
0.05%.
think it's almost like wealth, being in the top 2%. You're okay if you're not in the top 2%. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are very secure.
You are not okay if this is.
But well, you're okay now when you find out that
wanna
it's
know
average.
why. See, it's easy for Sheree to say
Oh,
that.
you mean they're okay?
They're
not like we're okay.
They're okay.
Is that okay? They're okay. Cause
They're okay. Listen, I'm a little girl.
I was about to say, I was like, see, Sheree is fine with this.
you would not
This
be
is good
fine
for
with that, Sheree. You would not be fine. That is barely the
Courtney,
size of an
Courtney,
average vibrator.
I don't think you understand.
That's a tampon.
She's a small girl.
I'm small.
But if you looked up vagina sizes, which I have, they're not that big of a discrepancy in vagina sizes.
I beg to differ.
No, you're talking about width. You're talking about width. So like stretch out, and that is something different.
I think
I'm
I
talking
have
about the
seen
canal.
much more vagina and been inside many more vaginas than you. And I'm here to tell you, there is an amazing difference in vaginas.
I didn't say there isn't a difference. I'm just talking about the length from
What's the
entry
average
point
vagina circumference?
to the cervix.
Demetrius? What are we talking about?
We're not talking about. I wasn't talking about circumference.
This
I was
is the
talking about
thing
length.
about being
It's
a
not
big.
really circumference. Well, yeah, circumference.
Well, circumference
and
is what they don't
length.
be
No,
liking.
it's
When it's like-
depth. You want to be able to go all in, and a lot of times, you know, you got this big penis, you can't use it all because she can't even take it all.
Yeah. See, I always say this. You know, women talk about they want a big penis, and that is not a selling point for me. It's not a selling point. For
Hey,
me.
look, I understand because it's like if I'm not using all, but when you find someone that can take it all, woo! What Eddie Murphy do?
Oh,
never.
oh, it's enough to make your head blow off. That's what it is. 'Cause you've been
Toast to your
wanting
current
and wanting.
situation.
Hey, I'm just saying.
God is good.
What they say, sunshine. She throw it up in the air like sunshine. Oh! Hey, put your mother on the phone. I'm never fucking coming home.
Oh my God, I'm not gonna say what it was, but my girlfriend and I were talking, and she was saying her husband refers to her stuff as the Hall of Fame. She got that HOFP.
All right.
HOFP. Hey, we got way off track. Lord.
Okay, wait, let's get back.
on track. Let's talk about numbers.
You did have one question that we did not cover.
Let me, my penis.
Sorry, unfold the
I need to
penis.
unfold the penis to get to my notes.
That's very important.
What?
Is the KKK hurting
Yes.
or helping black people?
hurting or
That's
helping?
a good question.
They're obviously not helping.
That's my knee-jerk reaction.
They're
but
not helping.
I haven't really thought it through. How could they be helping? Give me an example of how they're helping.
I'm going to make this story real quick. One time when I was in MBA school, I had an Indian professor, and he was speaking about the British colonizing India. And he's like, well, they did some good things in the class, and Clark Atlanta erupted. He's like, no, they took away some of the brutal practices and things like that. But but the British took so much from India. When I look at the Kardashians, I can't get to if they've done any good, because I'm like, how can you do good for people that you're taking from? You can't give me what I already have. We already have everything. So I don't think, no, they're not helping.
Right.
But you think, well, they're making us more accepted to another group of people.
No, they're not.
Wait,
No, they're not.
wait. Like Irv Gotti said, if that 15-year-old girl now wants to sleep with a black guy, but I was like, that's if you care about that. That's not our goal.
See, I have a hard time with that because as a black woman, I don't need another race. I don't need somebody else to validate me. You know what I mean?
And
Or
that's the only way they could help.
Yes.
How else could they help? I mean, unless you're like, if you're a real like, I don't know. I don't think that. So I don't know. I don't think they.
And they're
help.
not
No.
like suddenly like accepting of, you know, cornrows at work because Kim Kardashian wore them. No, it's acceptable for Kim Kardashian to wear
That's
them
right,
at work,
yeah.
not for black women to wear it
Yeah.
at work. So if
That's
anything, I think
crazy.
it's having the exact opposite effect, and I think they're having the exact opposite effect in general on people in life in general.
So they're taking away.
You think they're hurting?
I think they're hurting culture, period, overall. Because on the one hand, it's like, okay, yeah, they're businesswomen and they're sisters and they're doing this as a family. Okay, but we already had that as a value in terms of culture. What are they also showing is that they can over-sexualize themselves to continue to build their businesses. They can alter themselves cosmetically to make themselves more acceptable, which is only subscribing to the things that we're trying to get away from as women, as black people. Like,
What
we
do
don't
you mean get away from? You talking about certain body images?
Well, women in general, like obviously our sex can sell anything. That's not news. That's not new. It's not a new tactic. It's nothing. They've only magnified that by over-sexualizing their bodies in ways that have been ways that we have been objectified as black women over the years, and they're using it to their advantage. So in their lives, yes, it's great, but it's only magnifying what already existed as a problem, that we are using just that to sell whatever. And yes, you've elevated your life, you're rich, and you will have kids that will be rich. Now you got biracial babies that will live in privilege.
Well, okay, let me play devil's
possibly
advocate.
great.
Let me play devil's advocate. When we were younger, a friend of mine, Curtis, he moved to the suburbs, and they were discussing Janet Jackson, and the white guys were like, yeah, she's really pretty, but she needs to get rid of that butt.
Oh,
And this is
isn't that
back
something?
Rhythm Nation days or whatever.
Yes.
I say that to say, if black women don't necessarily have the best marketing in the U.S., I think it's fair to say, like, the culture kind of beats down on
Yeah.
them. If you find someone that does celebrate black women, even if it is by appropriating some of their assets, and they get praised, and then black women kind of get praised, is that
it
not?
celebrating or is it taking?
See, that's and I don't feel like that suddenly black women are celebrated for having big asses because Kim Kardashian has a big ass. I think the same way that when J-Lo came out and everybody was like, oh my God, this is the most amazing thing ever. Big asses have been around on black chicks for years, but suddenly it was okay on J-Lo.
Our men have always black men have always liked big asses, always.
But white guys have.
Well, now.
And they do now.
Now,
But
that's
they do
what I'm
now, but
saying.
not
That's
necessarily
the
on a
difference.
black woman.
Well, we
And
did
that's
just see
true.
to be
And
fair.
she's right.
To
That's
be
true.
fair, did we not just see Tracy Ellis Ross on Conan and him staring at her ass?
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Does that-
I'm playing devil's advocate
But
here.
does that only go
What about,
back to the Venus Hottentot mentality?
But some
Like,
of
it's
them,
a
like
spectacle.
Amber
It's not a value.
Black China. I think these are women that white men are coveting and finding as sex symbols.
Robbie is
Coveting and objectifying versus valuing, to me, are two different things.
He married her and put
So-
a baby in. Well,
Who?
he put a baby in Black
Who are you
China.
talking about?
Rob.
He's white. So I'm just saying though, to be fair, he did do that.
Okay, so let's
Good luck,
move on.
y'all, in the name of Jesus.
Courtney about to punch
Good luck.
Demetrius.
Good luck.
So our next segment got body. Little Miss Carucci with her cute little self. I think she's adorable. She posted a selfie. She's in character. She plays, like, I think, Virginia on Claws. So she posted a selfie. And for the most part, it got a lot of praise. However, what's his name? Rollo? Am I saying it right? Rollo? Rollo. The rapper said...
Same goon.
That's his, yeah. Anyway, he said, you look better with clothes on. Now, of course, she replied to that, and her rebuttal was, basically, listen, I'm all natural, and what's happening is, y'all are celebrating these women that are all inflated and fake, and KKK effect. And but let's go back to that, because like we have a big issue in our country with being shamed because we don't fit what's in, what's popular, what the quote unquote norm is. Is that body shaming when he said to her, "You look better with clothes on"?
I mean, in his opinion, she's
This is
cute
the
with
thing.
clothes on.
This is the thing.
Yeah, but
This is the thing. One,
tiny.
I can't lie.
She's a tiny girl.
That shit was funny. When I saw
You thought it was funny.
when
I
I
don't
saw
think
him
that's
say, "You
funny.
look better with clothes on,"
why is that funny?
thought it was
because
funny.
one is unexpected.
Thought it was shade.
What's the relationship though? Is there some history there?
No,
Like,
No,
he was just like,
no,
you was
damn,
real mad
that's-
cute girl, dang.
And that sometimes something is funny. I hate when I have to explain why something is funny, but for people who, I really do, because it's like,
Well,
It just
everybody don't
was.
think it's funny.
because
I don't think it's
well,
funny.
it's funny as hell, but it doesn't mean it's not mean. It's like a lot of stuff that 45 says to me.
It's funny, but it's
fucking
not
Why is that
hilarious.
funny?
Why is that funny? How can that not be funny? Because she posted this thinking, like, oh, you go get all this praise. And he didn't say, you look bad or anything like that. Instead, he said something that was quite clever. You look better with clothes on. Who would even think to say that? That's
And
the
he
funny
didn't say
thing.
like you a skinny bitch,
That's
like you
it.
ain't got no curves.
You
Like
better
he said,
with clothes
She's got
on.
curves. She's just natural. She's
But
petite.
what is wrong with him saying you look better with clothes on?
What is
I
wrong
don't
with him
think
not
anything's
saying
wrong with
anything
it.
at all?
Why
Like,
should
I'm saying,
okay,
like, if you don't have
because-
anything, that's a slight.
What you about
that's
to
a
say?
diss.
No, say what you about to say.
That's a diss.
No. If you don't have anything good to
say.
say,
If you don't
Don't
have
say
anything
anything
nice
at
to
all.
say in that situation.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you're putting your picture out there. Now, you are taking a risk.
That's my point.
I mean, it is.
That's where
You
I
put
was
it on
going.
social media, you're
You put
taking
it on
a
social
risk.
media, girl.
It is what it is
Right.
on that end.
Right.
But the responsibility to be kind to each other.
Why?
Why do I have to say that?
why does he have to be kind to
Is it
her?
unkind? I mean,
Yes.
is it unkind?
I think that's
'Cause, I mean,
unkind.
he wasn't saying you like
That's
whack
a
his butt. He
diss.
was just saying you look better with your clothes
That's
on.
a diss.
I don't want to see
Some
you
people-
naked.
And he meant it as a diss.
Because I felt like he was saying, damn, you mad cute, but you a little skinny. Just, I
Or
think you better
even
with
if he
clothes on.
wasn't, some people do
Right.
look better with clothes
your
on.
body image, what he's saying is your body image falls below my standards.
So what? What's wrong with him saying that? That's how he
No,
felt.
there's nothing wrong with him having an opinion, but nobody asked.
But why?
But
she
did
did.
she?
She put it
Did
up.
she?
And
So I'm
she did not disable comments under her picture.
So I'm asking,
That's asking for opinion.
asking for your opinion.
Yes. Whenever
If
I
you have
post
comments-
anything.
Unless you disabled comments, you wanted
Okay.
somebody's opinion.
I see that when you do post, like I said, it's fair game. When you post that picture, you're gonna get some praisers and you're gonna get some haters. I just don't think that was nice. I don't think it was necessary.
Well,
Necessary? Probably not.
wait. Let's go back. Wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna even say it wasn't necessary.
Why was it necessary?
Because I think if you agree with everybody in the crowd about anything, you really need to take a moment and think about what it is you agree with. Why should everybody just praise you because you put this picture
No.
out?
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, what you
That's
saying?
not what I'm saying. And he has a right to, he has a right to have a preference.
Free speech.
He has a right to have a preference, absolutely. But I just don't think it was. I think it's shaming. So y'all don't think that's body shaming?
No.
I don't think it was.
I think he told the truth about how he felt.
I think he thought
and-
she was hot, and then when she was naked, he was like.
So if
"Ooh,
he
not
had
so hot."
said, you know what, if she was, now because she's small, we're assuming that he's saying, you're a little too skinny. What if she was big? and he posted that same thing, and you look better with clothes. Would that be body shaming?
Probably.
See what I'm saying?
Because
that's a double standard.
I only think it would be.
That's a double
I don't think.
And
it
I can
would
tell
be
you why.
Unless
That's
he
a double
said
standard.
I
you
can
should.
tell you
If
why.
he had said you should skip a meal or bitch eat a cheeseburger, like I feel like
It
that's
would be
more
the same
body
thing.
shaming.
No,
If he said it was a heavy girl, and he said you look better with your with your clothes on, we would.
You want to know why, Ree?
Why?
You want to know why? It's the same reason why white people can't say nigga. Because most of the time, people are not running around here telling girls, you too skinny, and they going home crying.
That's fair.
But motherfuckers is running around here every day saying, your big ass need to get out on the track. Your big ass need to do that. It's two different things, and they're not equivalent. They're not. They're just not.
Skinny girls would disagree.
I think that exactly.
Well, they can disagree, but it wouldn't be true. They would be wrong.
Well,
It's not.
how would they be wrong if that's their truth? You understand?
Because wait. You are entitled to your opinions, and this is. Let me get to this. But you are not entitled. Wait. You are not entitled to your own facts. Ain't no different truths. It's one truth, and that's just ain't the truth. It's just not the truth.
Wait a minute.
It's just not the truth.
But
It's
it is.
not.
For a skinny chick, it is her truth.
It's not. It's not. You don't have an individual truth. I'm listening.
I remember I was dieting one time.
Okay.
And I was in the May Company. Child, that's how long ago that
what?
was. The May,
Like, what is
exactly.
that?
The May Company on Crenshaw. And
I don't know
this
what that is.
brother, I was in the
It's a store?
We should do it.
y'all some fashion fair makeup, y'all don't know? Okay, I'm telling my age. All right, anyway, I was in a store, and this brother, I was dying and feeling so good about myself because I was all skinny and trim and, svelte. And the brother said under his
Spelt?
Svelte.
I assume she meant
Svelte.
spelt.
As Surrey.
SD.
Svelte.
All right, go ahead.
As Surrey.
Go ahead, Ree.
Thin.
As Surrey. So anyway, so he says under his breath, he says, "Oh, she cute, but she just too skinny." Can I tell you that was a highlight of my damn day?
Well, good.
I was like, "Oh yes."
I'm so confused.
Yes.
So how does that?
I took it because
you took a positive.
Because I'm saying I was always thick. And for me to be in that place and somebody to acknowledge the weight loss felt good to me. But I'm saying is if as a skinny person, as a thin person, to somebody to always kind of pass you by your cute butt, any your cute butt is hurtful.
But check this out. But most skinny women are not being passed over. In fact, they're being models. They receive praise. So I'm not going to act like.
So you're going to say most skinny
No,
women
in this-
are models.
But in the no,
Really?
No, I said
this
most of them
culture,
get
we
praise.
praise and accept thinner women.
There isn't a
more
diet
than
industry to
large
get
women.
fat.
Okay, let me tell you something. In our culture,
It's just
in our
plastic
culture,
surgery
it
now for
really
fat
is about.
booties.
In our culture, that's why she got the diss, because she's a tiny girl, didn't have a lot of breasts. In our culture, it's about hips, it's about thighs, not so much breasts. I mean,
But that's recent. That,
in our culture?
No,
oh, you mean in black culture?
black culture? You talking about
In black culture.
Okay, you got to say
that's-
black culture. I thought you were talking about
I
America.
said our
Because I was
culture.
talking about America.
He's British. Are you? Our culture.
I thought we were
In
talking
our
about America.
culture.
Yeah.
I'm saying like that's celebrated, our thickness. So for somebody to pass you by or to say you're cute butt,
But-
that is a diss.
but ain't she being
and you're
Vietnamese?
and you're trying to shame me. She
she's
can't help.
mixed, I think.
Now she could go get a booty if she wanted to.
not
She don't
running
need to
around
get a
trying
booty.
get
She was
she's
dating Chris
perfect
Brown.
as
She
is.
dating a
She's fine.
dude in the
But that's
Migos.
the
She
stuff.
good.
But so I'm saying that's the stuff. When you start shaming people for what they don't have, that's the stuff that makes people want to change themselves, because it really is. We're not at the place. Most people are not at the place where I don't care what you think of me. You gotta really evolve to that place. You gotta die
Well,
to
I would say this:
self.
if you go start posting, and I'm not saying her feelings are even
That's
hurt,
crazy.
but if you posting bikini pics of yourself,
Then you-
be prepared. And this is my thing: some people do
All right,
look
let's
better.
show this next image. Go
Some
ahead.
people look better in clothes, and some people look better naked.
That's true.
And
I
that's
think everybody looks better naked.
No, that's
No.
not true.
I
No.
think naked, yes.
No.
I think in like bikinis, that's different than
no,
naked.
no, I don't agree.
Because
with that.
like naked is like fine, but like in your bikini, you could be like cutting stuff off in wrong.
Well, you got a bad
places and,
bikini.
but I'm saying like there's some people.
I get what you're saying on
know,
that
like,
kind of a little.
I'd rather be naked than in a bikini. That's all. I'm
That's
saying.
because you nasty.
Really?
No, that's because I.
That's because you nasty.
I'd rather be in a bikini.
I-
You know what's crazy? Do you sleep naked? Can y'all
Yeah.
sleep?
I started sleeping naked.
I can't sleep naked.
It's actually better for you.
It's very healthy
I
for you,
can't.
but it's nerve-wracking in California because I'm scared there's gonna be an earthquake and I'm gonna be naked and I can't get to my clothes
Well, you
and
look
my
better naked, though.
and my glasses at the same time.
you look better naked than in your
But that don't mean I
clothes.
want to run out in the street naked. I come from Georgia. My mama is a Christian. I can't just be running out
You
naked.
gotta have clean panties on, girl. Put them clean panties on. Because God forbid you get in an accident and your
Exactly.
panties ain't clean. Anyway.
Your panties ain't clean.
All right, we need to start rapping. We didn't even, you know what's crazy? We never really get to the meat. Well, no, we got to the meat.
No, we covered-
really
we
got to
covered
the
all
meat.
this.
We
We
did.
got to it.
We never get to the fullness of our show, but as long as we, you know, like we hit our points and whatever, we
We
need
got
to
some
start rapping.
scientific data. We
And
got all kind of stuff.
he got penis scientific statistics.
Mm-hmm.
So men with small penises, your penis really is not small, according to Demetrius' statistics.
I want to see like statistics about interaction of penis and vagina and when women think it's small versus when it's like
we only
statistically
think it's small because of what we're told.
Don't
No.
listen. What did she know?
Yes!
What did she know?
No.
She got a little vagina. You can't listen to
No.
her.
Because when
I'm tight and I'm right. Shut up. Demetrius wants America to know he got a big penis.
he letting everybody know.
He just wants America to know he got a big penis. So where do you fall on the scale?
I'm probably like in the 99 percentile.
He so wanted y'all to know that. I would be a
case
bad
y'all was
friend if I didn't give him the opportunity.
No, I just look. This is
It's just facts, guys.
It's just facts. And it's not my truth. It's just the
facts.
truth.
It is
it's
just
the fact.
what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it
What
is.
I-
I didn't find that out till I was much older. I just thought it was normal.
Did you measure
See, that's what I'm
at some point in
saying.
The first time I
life?
found out I was a kid, you know, a kid you pee outside.
Yeah.
So
But
we
you
just.
just validated my point. You didn't know that it was normal until.
But I hadn't had sex yet. Once I kind of had.
What?
Sex.
Because all y'all boys was peeing in the
We were
same
peeing,
spot?
and then one dude looked at me. He's like, "Damn!" And I was like, "Wait, what is he talking about?" And so then later I found out girls in college. Yeah, I found this shit out. Used to hug me so they could feel it.
Shut
And I did not know. I didn't
up.
find this out till
Why are y'all
years
hugging
later.
crotch to crotch?
I did not know this.
Who crotch
I'm not gonna
hugs?
say who. It was a group of them. So
Clutching
anyway,
my non-existent
You have a
pearls.
Halo Award for us?
kind of. But do you have one?
I don't got no Halo award. This
I
been a
kind
rough
of.
week.
What about the
Tinkerbell is my
military
Halo
holding the
award.
vigil? No?
Yeah, go. That's
No,
good.
no, you go.
I don't want to use mine. Go with that
No,
one. That's
you
much
go.
better. If I would with mine, I would go with.
What?
I started following this girl, Amanda Seals.
Oh, you just.
Oh,
She's funny. She's on
She's funny.
Insecure.
Yes.
And I like
Tiffany.
how hard she goes for black people. She go a little too hard, but just keep doing it. We'll pull
She
you
goes
back.
really
And I just want to
hard.
say to you, I'm proud of you, girl.
And she
She's
always
funny.
has.
You
Yes.
shining.
But you know what?
She's funny as hell, and she's been going
funny
hard
as
for a long
hell.
time.
Good for her. It's funny because the character she plays is so different
Yeah.
from who she really is. You know what? My hope for her is that she gets a character like how Taraji has Cookie, how it's perfect for her. I hope she
It'll
gets.
come.
It will come. It will come, girl. Amanda, keep doing what you're doing. You are a Halo Award today. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Okay.
All right, let's go around the room. You guys, that's our show for today. We're going to give our final takeaways, and we're out. Come on, Courtney.
Sorry.
Courtney.
My takeaway, I've learned new things today. So my takeaway is that I shouldn't say that, but I'm going to say it anyway. Wow, I'm surprised by the statistical evidence that you found. So I will try to be more open-minded in the future. You can find me.
It's Stewart, Starlet, across all platforms.
All platforms.
That is so funny.
One
That's
question
so
we
funny.
didn't get to that Sheree wrote down was, what does 45 mean by make America great again and taking our country
yes.
back?
Fuck 45.
And I thought about it.
Why, I don't
And
want to answer. No.
Yes.
Fuck 45.
I thought that he was getting at things where I always say follow the money. It's about resources and money going to people who were traditionally held back from those opportunities, yet
Wait.
taxed.
Wait, you thought that's where he was going
No.
with it?
You're saying that's what it should be.
That's what it should be.
Yeah, but
Okay,
I no.
Make
In all
America
honesty,
great
I don't
again.
think he's hitting that. It's like taking wealth from one group, giving
I
it
agree
the
with that.
opportunity and wealth to white people. From one group, to another group. That's really it. If you take the country back to what it was, it's easy for every white person to have a job when every black person and every other person of color and women are in servitude. So that's what I think he meant. And one other thing, I wanted to quote something that Bill Maher said years and years ago, that it's interesting that all the white people fled. A large portion of white people fled all these urban communities and to keep their daughters and their sons safe from the black influence. And then MTV just came and fucked it all up. So I like that.
Say it again.
MTV came and fucked it all up by broadcasting rap videos to their kids 24 hours a day. So
wow.
That's my takeaway.
Yeah. It's funny. We're in very turbulent times in our culture, in our society, and I think that it really is about self-love. It really is. When you love yourself, you can love other people out of the overflow. So body image, whatever, it starts in your heart. And the Bible tells us, above all else, guard your heart. So guard your heart and watch the stuff that comes out of your mouth. And two, what I wanted to say is when people start to have epiphanies and wake up and realize, shoot, I was wrong. Like especially the Trump supporters, don't do the I told you so. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it, because what it does is it makes them go back in their shell. I'm talking about when they come to our side, they have the revelation like, wow, you know what? This is not what I thought it was, and I want to do better. Let's embrace those people. Let's extend the olive branch. These two disagree, but it's my damn show.
I don't disagree. You're just a real good person.
Shout out to all the woke white people, all my business partners and friends.
Praise the Lord for people like Sheree, because I am not that positive.
Yeah, that's not.
Because when you've shown you stupid as fuck, and I accept you as a stupid fuck. Because that was stupid.
I love 53% of this country.
I believe that
I'm working on it.
I keep hope alive. Hope deferred makes the heart grow sick. Love y'all. Bye.
Sheree all the time.
Ew.
From executives Keven Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African-American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio, Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in. The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.